All right, Brock, go ahead and give us a nice little opening statement for the 2024 baseball season.
Yeah, I think I would say I can't believe it's here. These guys as well too. I think looking back, the two guys to my left and my right here, everything they've been through for the 4 years, how fast that's gone, and being a part of a 22 championship team and getting this program back to a regional and sitting here with nothing less of that expectation again for this season. These guys have worked extremely hard, endured a lot since September 1st, and I think I can speak on behalf of the whole program and the staff that these guys are super excited to get after it this weekend coming up.
What was the offseason like for you after last season? First year taking a regional, last year didn't get to the spot you wanted to be. What was the difference between this year's offseason compared to last year's?
Yeah, I think, looking back at it, it was remarkable for us to finish in second place in the conference with everything we went through as a team. We were challenged adversity-wise. We had a lot of injuries. Obviously, this guy's back to a huge injury, and it's nice to have him back. But we were banged up, and we finished 17-10 in conference and almost made it to a regional. But I'll tell you, from that point on in the summer, it was we hit the portal. We got some transfers in here to help better our team. We got an unbelievable freshman class that came in as well. But we're old and we're experienced, and we got veterans that are part of this group that are hungry to get that WCC title back and move forward throughout the regionals. Also, when we started in the fall, I think the chip on these guys will talk about it. The chip on their shoulder, losing that game in Vegas last year, that first game. These guys have answered the bell since September 1st until now, and it's pretty special when you have a group like that.
Let's talk about some of the veterans. Obviously, you got two guys to your left and right, but some of the other familiar names that Torero fans have seen over the last couple of years that you're excited to see them in another year after development here in the program.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, you got Dustin Allen, holding down center field, unbelievable defender, one of the best defenders out there in the country. As a 4-year guy, he's actually going to see a little bit of time on the mound this year for us too, in some roles. Will Worthington, just can't say enough about Will and his leadership. He was able to get in there when Jack went down last year and played a huge role for us down the stretch. And, guys like that up the middle, I would say, allow us to be very strong in the middle part of the field. Ari Armas, junior catcher, expecting big things out of him this year, especially with him leading the pitching staff. Ryan Kaiser, who's going to be a weekend starter for us, has earned that role. Who's significant innings in that 22 championship team as well. So guys like that, they're hungry, man. These guys are hungry, and you're going to hear from them here in a minute.
How important is it in college baseball to have experience and have guys that have been there and done that before? You had more of a younger team last year, more of an older team this year. In all your years playing and coaching college sports, what are the major advantages you get out of an older veteran squad?
Well, I mean, hey, the younger guys are going to look at the older guys, and these guys are going to lead by example. They're not going to hold anything back. They know the standard. They know the expectation of, hey, the minute you step foot on that field, there's a way we play San Diego baseball. And they're going to be able to hold people accountable just by their actions, but also, verbally as well. And the moment's not too big for them, I would say. They've been through a lot. They've endured a lot, been through a lot of adversity. So I don't think any moment's too big for them to be able to slow things down, slow the game down, as we like to say, and be able to attain what they're set out to do.
A lot of new faces, but are some veteran guys. You mentioned the portal brought a lot of arms in. Talk to us a little bit about maybe the pitching staff that you guys have assembled and what you're excited to see out of them coming up this weekend.
Yeah, I think with Coach Floor doing a great job and all hands on deck with bringing some transfers in to be able to put the pieces together. Hey, we could we feel like we have a very strong offense. We have for years. But you don't get anywhere without pitching and defense. You got to have the arms, you got to have the depth, you got to have the back end of the bullpen arms, and you got to have starting pitching and balance that all the way out, all the way through. We got a transfer in. Our Friday night guy will be Josh Randall from University of Arizona, who's been a huge addition for us thus far from the fall into the winter. Very impressive. Shows 4 pitches for strikes, and it's kind of a power arm, if you will, which we did not have last year. So that'll be fun to see. We also have a freshman in Logan Redeman who will start on Saturday for us, and he shows 3 to 4 pitches for strikes as well, and he's been super impressive all the way throughout January. Sunday, like I alluded to earlier, Ryan Kaiser will fill that role right now, and he's earned that, and his experience is invaluable for us to finish out a weekend series. A lot of guys have been impressive. We brought in Alex Schreier from Santa Barbara, who's been uber impressive, 3 pitches for strikes. He's going to be able to be a long relief guy, first guy out of the pen, 3-4 innings. He also has the capability of starting for us too, if we need to down the road. Calvin Shapira, big left-hander, he's out of Purdue. He'll get a chance to start as well if it's not a midweek game here coming up. Been very impressive from the left side, and 3 pitches for strikes as well. Von Martyrer is going to be at the back end of the bullpen with Thurman from Cal, and he's been very impressive with lights-out stuff, lights-out fastball, slider, and changeup as well. So, with the addition of those guys, it's been nice to have. And I know these guys will talk about it too, being, with the position players, to add those guys to the Ivan Romeros, to the Ryan Kaisers. Aidan Gonzalez in his sophomore year thus far has been very impressive. 4 or 5 pitches for strikes, confident, attacking the strike zone. So we really like what we've seen thus far to go into the season with our pitching.
Last thing for you, Brock, before we talk to Jack and Angelo, but put together a very difficult schedule. It seems to be your MO here at the University of San Diego, challenging your young squad, especially the non-conference. Take us through some of the opponents you guys are looking forward to playing, obviously, in the schedule you put together. Not a lot of days off for the Toreros this year.
No, and, as you go through, there's a lot of parity in college baseball, especially on the West Coast. And, these guys in the recruiting process, we want to recruit hungry, competitive, talented baseball players, right? They're going to come in here and want to play against the best. And when you look them in the eye and say, we're going to give you nothing short of that, then, we're going to give you nothing short of that. We open up with Texas, at Texas, come back home at midweek versus Irvine. Then we'll host our home opener versus University of Arizona for 3 games. And then go on the road into the Dodgertown Classic, which will be a great experience to play. Unbelievable program in Irvine, great program in UCLA, and then another great program in Michigan at Dodger Stadium. That'll be a great test for us, a great experience for these guys playing a big league field. And then go back on the road again to Dallas Baptist, who we had a great weekend series here 2 years ago, back and forth. Almost pulled out 2 out of 3, but that'll be a good return trip for us. And then that 5th weekend before conference, we'll head out to Ann Arbor, Michigan, and play them in a 3-game series. But again, we focus on playing the game of baseball, controlling what we can control. I know it's redundant over the years, but if we play San Diego-style baseball, pitching, defense, secure the baseball, and then do our thing on the offensive end and our timely hitting, we know that we'll stack up against anybody, and we believe that.
Thank you, Coach. Let's talk to Angelo Peraza, utility player for San Diego. Going in your 4th year, what's been the biggest difference for you and not only yourself, but the team as you've gone through 4 years here now at San Diego?
Yeah, I think like Coach alluded to, being hungry, me knowing that it's my last year, not wanting to leave anything on the table, and getting that sour taste in my mouth from last season definitely stuck with me this summer, the fall. Those are the little things that you remember in the weight room or when you're in the cages. I think Jack can also agree that we're as that senior class coming back, we're all going to be coming back hungry.
How much was last offseason kind of like the one after your first year where you guys were just close to making the NCAA tournament and didn't get it, and then you went in and made the NCAA tournament the next year? Is there a lot of similarities to how last offseason felt compared to your first offseason as a freshman?
For sure. Yeah, definitely disappointing, especially getting that chance in the tournament. I think we all expected a longer stint in that playoff tournament in Vegas. So getting punched in the mouth that first game kind of led us to all look in the mirror and realize that we need to get better.
What are some of the things you worked on during the off season, and some of the things you're excited to showcase and excited to see develop as you play in your final year?
Yeah, I think just fine tuning some stuff in the box. You can always mentally get better in the batter's box, and working in the infield. That's something that I may play this season in addition to the outfield. But other than that, just sticking to the process, getting stronger, getting faster, just getting better.
So one thing that you would tell everybody about the San Diego baseball program and how you experienced it, and what you want people to know about what this program is about.
Yeah, I think we're a very tight-knit group. I can't speak for other programs, but I'd like to say that we're probably one of the closer teams in the nation, definitely. And this year, especially, it's a very close group. We're going to play hard every game. We're going to be disciplined, and we're going to have fun.
Thank you, Angelo. We'll go over to Jack now, the utility player. Ask you, obviously last year didn't end the way you wanted it to end. You got another opportunity here at USD. How you feeling going into the season, and how excited are you to get back at it?
I think we're all really excited. Angelo touched on it. Kind of getting punched in the mouth early in that tournament last year, not what we were expecting to happen. And I think it was good too that, like Angelo said, we kind of just took a look in the mirror, and there's things that we got to get better at. And I think there was a lot of intent on things to get better at individually and as a team. And I think we're all just hungry and ready to go. We've been working real hard, and we're just ready to get this thing going.
What's been some of the differences for you personally? I mean, coming in as a newcomer when you're a freshman, and then working through the program, and now, again, sitting in front of us to start the season as one of those leaders of this team. Talk to us about your kind of journey through the program here at USD.
Yeah, I think over the course of time, you just you become a little more resilient to the ups and downs, and really kind of riding the roller coaster where you're just kind of more even-keeled, and understanding that there's going to be positives throughout a season and negatives throughout a season. And it's just how focused can you be to your goal, to your end goal, which is ours of making the tournament and going back to a regional. So just no matter what happens through the season, how we can stay focused on our goal and complete the task at hand.
Pretty exciting schedule for you guys this year, obviously, and the West Coast Conference games are always going to be a battle in conference play, but you got a lot of challenges to start the season off, and a big challenge coming up this weekend. What are you most excited for when it comes to just the schedule in general, not individual teams, but the way that it's very challenging?
I think the most thing I'm excited for is just representing the city of San Diego. We got an amazing opportunity to play in one of the best cities in the world. And I think going out to some of these bigger places, we're going to Austin, Texas, Ann Arbor, Michigan, just going out and representing everything that the city means to us and that this university means to us, and just playing competitive baseball, playing hard, and just sticking with each other and sticking with our guys.
What's your favorite part about being a Torero baseball player?
Just coming to the field every day, the camaraderie. I think all the relationships that we've built over the years, 4 years with 2-5, 4 years with Jello, and 4 years with a lot of guys in that locker room. And it's just been real fun to be able to go out and compete with some of your best friends.
Thank you, Jack.